Hey guys, what's up? Um, it is late, and I can't believe I'm still up. But I went out tonight, after work. Went out with a couple co-workers, and we ended up going to like 3 different bars. It was kind of like a guy's night out. Well, it was more like a hunt, actually. It was like we were on the prowl. I was more of an observer than a participator. Um, and it was really interesting to to witness this whole game, because that's what it is. It's like, and I've been out with my bio friends, the bio guys that I have as friends before, different types of guys, and it's like the same thing. Get laid, find the one, find. It's like, you know, you aim high and then like you just kind of work your way. Okay, what is achievable? Do it. And the girls stay in these like tight packed little herds, and you have to like cut the herd and like single them out. It's like, I mean, I look at it from like an animal behavior standpoint or a sociological standpoint, and then just like it blows my mind how it all plays out. And it's funny because like there's a little part of me that, like, the little feminist is like, wow, that was offensive, or what the hell is going on here? And yet, these women, like, I don't know, like, they go with it. I don't know. So I'm kind of confused. I'm so confused. um, it's just funny. And I remember being like a single dyke, going to the bars and like cruising around, and just like I had game, like I remember it, but like I can't get my mind. I have to change my mindset apparently, um, and yeah, it's funny because like we were all on the same team. Like there was no like competition. It was like we were working together to bring down one of them. And it sounds horrible, absolutely horrible, but it was just, I don't know. It's just something else. It was like, I don't know. I just had to share that, and which it's like a segue into. Um, I saw a couple postings about guys who were just starting to transition. Um, how do they relate to bio guys, or how do they feel like they can be, I guess, they make friends and feel comfortable? And I gotta tell you, like um, I was a little nervous, but it really for me came naturally because I've hung out with guys a lot, and guys are really easy to get along with. They're really accepting. By and large, they are really accepting, and they accept your faults. Yeah, there is competition, but there's competition with both genders. But you find yourself drawn to people who are like you, and so you're just people. Bio guys are people, you're people, and you just have different histories. But what's really cool is that you'll find out that you actually have a lot in common with bio guys. They have very similar fears, insecurities, desires, issues around their sexuality, issues around like their body, like all sorts of shit. And it's really fun to come to this like realization, like, holy shit, like I'm really not that different than a bio guy. Wow. Yeah. So I would take heart in that you'll get it. Just put yourself out there and make friends with guys, bio guys, and yeah, it's cool. Some of my bio guy friends know I'm trans and some don't, and it doesn't matter. In other words, we interact the same way. Um, yeah. So I did want to talk about the theory I saw posted on someone's YouTube called the island theory. Essentially, it's this notion that if you were taken from where you are now, with all your biases and your prejudices, whatever, all the pressure society puts on you, puts you isolated, would you still make the decision to transition, have surgeries, take hormones and whatever? And some people disagree with it, some people agree with it. And actually, this is something I thought about before I transitioned. I was like, if I were on a desert island, would I still do this? If no one was around me, no one, and I just lived by myself, hey Leo, would I still do this? Hey. Yes, and that worked for me. Yeah, it's hard, you can't take away who you are now as a result of your history, society, blah, 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 blah. But you can take a step back and say, if everyone did not give a shit about, if I wore a binder, if I had chest hair, if I, blah, blah, and everyone was accepting and loving and marvelous, or if you were all by yourself, you look at it either way. For me, it's what's inside me. It's, my transition has nothing to do with the people around me. Now, it's easy to say that because I'm a product of what I've been taught, what gender is and what it should be. So yeah, I understand that, but can't erase that, right? We can't go back. Can't say, well, what if you had someone grow up all by themselves that had no concept of gender, blah, 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 blah. That's not real. That's not realistic. But you can say, if I were just to be living alone, which I do, I'm not dating anyone, so really, I have no pressures to do anything. Yeah, this is for me. So I actually entertained that island theory concept, and it worked. Because it really made me see clearly that, if I took family out of it, yeah, I would still transition. And there's a couple other things I was going to bring up. The Pinocchio complex and the Peter Pan complex, which, I think there's things that trans guys deal with this, well, I don't know, like, before I transitioned, I felt like Peter Pan, that I was always this perpetual boy, and it really bothered me after a while. And I see butches who have this they're always a boy, always a boy. And I was like, I want to evolve. I don't want to be a boy. I don't know how to be a man. I don't know what that is. It scares me, but I know that I'm done with being a boy. I was in this arrested state of development. And so once I started to transition, I felt momentum again. I felt like, okay, now I'm moving, I'm progressing as a person. And the Pinocchio complex is just, being a real boy. And this idea that, you're always wishing and hoping and trying to get that thing, obtain something, not necessarily a penis, but something, quality or whatever you're searching for that makes you real, So tell me what you think about that. Alright, I gotta go to bed.